it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and I got this thing sent to me, and they said, "You crochet, try it out." So we're gonna give this a look-see and see what the heck this is, so stay tuned. Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. So, you know, I do a lot of tutorials, a lot of unboxings and things like that, and occasionally, you know, companies come around and say, "Hey, we really like what you do on your channel. And will you try out our product?" Now, a lot of times I say no, because I'm like, that doesn't look like something that I would appreciate. But this one sounded interesting, and I was like, okay, so this is called the Magic Crochet Helper Relax. And it just came in a package. This is it. So I couldn't even tell you what the company name. All it says is better finger release and tension adjustment. So we're literally going to open this box right now. We're going to see what's in it and see if this is something that's going to make my crocheting experience even better than it is. I don't know how that could be possible, but you never know. Okay. Open the box. Okay. Have a little piece of tape. Okay. That doesn't have a bad smell. Comes in this cute little bag, and it says, it's supposed to be words, but I don't know what it is. Okay. This is it. What could it do? It turns. This turns. This actually comes apart. But before we take it apart and possibly break it, there is a booklet in here. It says, relax. I can't. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry, but I'm not digging the font because I honestly cannot read what the name of the company is. To be down here. Okay. Crochet to be. The Crochet to be Crochet Helper. And then there's a little QR code. Crochet to be Crochet Helper. So that's the name of the company. Okay. So it says you have to use a thicker or single skein of yarn. So let's grab, so we happen to have yarn laying around here. Shocking. So let's use this guy. Okay. Please prevent the yarn from tangling. I think we're good. For first time use, please use thicker or single skein yarn with easy to see stitches such as worsted medium 4 cotton nylon blend. It is recommended for beginners to watch the video and instructions to start crocheting. Let's see if we can do it at the end of the video. Turn the knob to change the yarn tension. If you still feel like the stitches is too tight, try using a larger hook. Okay, so here we go. So we have this adjustable knob up here on top. Then we have a yarn hole, a yarn guide hole right here. So this is the back of the machine, this apparatus. This is the handle. So basically, this is the front, hold the handle, and then this is the back, the groove, which I believe the yarn... Okay. So it says that without the crochet helper, the yarn is wrapped around the finger and the tension is adjusted with the figure, like this picture here. But when you use the crochet helper, yarn is wrapped around the tool and tension is adjusted with the knob, so your tension stays constant. Please note, using this tool won't affect the crochet method. You can crochet as you normally would. Well, thank goodness for that. So basically, this is your problem, and this is the solution. The crochet helper is the solution. Well, it feels solid. I mean, it's definitely got some good weight to it, like it's not going to break, and even the thinner parts. So, okay. How to hold the tool. So you hold the tool between the index and the middle fingers. Okay, so I hold it between these fingers here around the front. So I hold it this way. Okay. Close to the inner side of the fingers. So like that. It's like a brass knuckles for knitters and for crocheters. Hold the yarn in your left finger and the hook in your right hand, unless probably you're a left-handed crocheter, then I suppose you would go this way or something. But I'm a right-handed person, so it goes that way. Okay, and hook your right hand. Make sure to keep your hand relaxed, loose and relaxed and limp. All right, how to wrap the yarn around the knob. So I take my yarn. I'll put it back in my little holder there. Unscrew the knob C, which is this guy. And you wrap the yarn tail between A and B from front to back. Okay, so A, you don't want to unscrew it all the way. Okay, so the yarn comes through the hole here, this way. Nope, the tail comes out that way, so it goes this way. Okay, then it goes through A, comes across this way, goes through A, like so, and then wrap the yarn tail between A and B from front to back. So, okay, so this is C, this is B, and this is A. So I go here, I bring it in here from front to back, and then it goes down through that way. And then, I'm assuming you screw it in. Tighten knob C until the yarn tail can be pulled smoothly. That's a little too tight. Oh, that seems pretty smooth to me. Okay. The yarn tension can be adjusted by adjusting the knob according to your personal needs. Okay, how to crochet a chain stitch. Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab a hook. Let's see what we have here. So I'm going to grab, I'll grab about a 4. Grab a 5. Okay, so I got my 5 crochet hook here. Okay. So the tail comes out of the mechanism, pass the yarn through the yarn guide hole, and then through knob 2, and finally through the yarn hole 1 again. Oh, okay, so then it goes back through this yarn hole again here. So then it goes back through that way. It goes like that. Okay, so now my working yarn sits over here. Well, my working yarn's over here. And then the tail comes this way. All right. Place the yarn tail under the working yarn. This is like live as you go, people. Under the working yarn. Form a loop. Then insert the crochet hook into that loop. Okay. So how to try to figure out what they were talking about here. Basically, so far I'm okay. I'll rip this out and show you what. Basically, you just make a loop down here in the working like a slip knot. Okay. And then I'll release a little bit of the yarn here. Got my tension good. So I hold it. I hold all of it here on my left hand. I hold the working yarn down here. I take my hook. I go in to the yarn that's coming out and I just pull it through. And I basically just feed the yarn off of this little piece here. So it just kind of goes around like so. And then you just, So you just kind of go like this. And then you just hold your work. And then you just kind of, so it does seem to be holding its tension pretty well. Yeah. Okay. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have thought, let me come up with a gadget that's gonna get you to have even tension. Like, I never thought that was really a problem, but I suppose it could be. I mean, if you're a new knitter, you know, your stitches are kind of all over the place. It's gonna take, it's a little fiddly, just trying to figure out, like, could you adjust the tension up here? So you wanna make sure you've got yarn that's loose, you know, because that's giving me a little bit of a problem here. Adjust my tension there. And then you basically just kind of keep pulling the yarn through here. Grab the yarn, pull it through. It's not unpleasant. It's a little weird, but no, I'm getting the hang of it. Seems to be holding the yarn in place, so it's not going to go flying everywhere, so that's good. So basically, the yarn comes in from over here. This is my working yarn. It goes in through this loop up here. You feed it up in between these. There's like a little plate here. Tighten it down. It comes underneath here, holds it in place. Then it comes back through here. And then from there, you just grab it. So you have to hold your hook in the right hand, hold the apparatus, the Crochet Helper, in your left hand, and then you just kind of go to town. And then I suppose, let's see, can we do a double crochet? Go into this little bobbler here, pull it through. Oops. Well, that could have been operator error right there. Have you guys seen this thing? I don't know, maybe I don't really do TikToks. If it's on TikTok, I wouldn't have seen it. I can only do so much social media, you know. But it's a little, I'm trying to figure out who would have said this, I need this in my life. But once you just get the tension is the key here. Let me go there. Okay, and I'm a little tight on the tension, so I've adjusted a little bit. Yarn over. Pull through, yarn over. Well, let's say I could do this a lot faster if it wasn't for this, but I'm willing to give it a little bit of a go. It definitely feels sturdy. No. Okay. My stitch, oops. Oh, I was like, what did I do? I gotta put it back through there. My stitches do seem to be pretty even. Okay, so I'm liking the chain, that's cool, but apparently this thing really excels with how to make a magic circle. And I did this a couple times just to see if I can kind of like figure it out. And it works. So let me see if I can explain this to you. So basically what you do is you're holding it right this way. You want to hold it in your left hand. You take your yarn, let me pretend. So I take my yarn from the left side, holding my yarn here. I bring the yarn over into my little opening, my yarn gauge. Bring it through, and now this, you undo your thing here. This is your tension holder. You put the yarn into slot 2, which is what they're calling this guy right here. So the yarn goes in here and here. Lay it in there. And then it comes around the back. So it comes down like that. See, the yarn's inside there, and it comes down the back like this. Then what you do is you turn it around so that this groove is facing you. And you hold it in your left hand. With your right hand, I'm turning it around. I'm going to bring the yarn over the groove and around. So it's making a loop like that. I'm going to hold this part in place with my forefinger and my thumb so it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm moving that yarn out of the way. So I come up underneath it. So I'm holding it so it kind of looks like that, right? Then you take your crochet hook, you come up into the groove, grab a hold of that yarn, and you should have a longer tail. Let me give a longer tail here. Nice long tail so it doesn't, so it comes around like so, and I hold it in place. I reach up under that loop, grab a hold of that working yarn with my crochet hook and pull it through. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull through one more time. So I want to hold the circle, pull it through, and that's your first link. So what you do, where's my stitch? Then you grab your stitch marker and you stick it in to basically that first loop, holding it in place. It's a little fiddly, but it works. It does work. Okay, so now I just adjust the tension on that little loop here I've got going, which I can just pull from back here. Okay, and from here, you'll hold it in your left hand. You'll hold those two places together, like so. And I'm going under that starting loop, grabbing a hold of the working yarn, pulling it through, grabbing a hold of the working yarn again, and pulling it through again. So the secret is you got to grab a hold of that loop that's around the groove and the handle, and then you pull it through. And you go around and you pull it through. And you continue doing that all the way around, or as many times as you want to. Grab, pull through, go into the groove. It works. It actually works, and it's supposed to save your hands, and it should be relaxing. It's not relaxing. But I'm probably not holding this properly, but with practice, I think I can do it. But it is working. As you can see, the loops are coming on here, and so I'm holding it in place. The instructions actually are pretty good. So I continue. I think what you got to do is just make sure that you're holding this loop in place. So I'm going around, grabbing a hold, pulling it through. Oops. Grabbing a hold, yarn over, pulling. I think what it's going to do is it's keeping your stitches tension in your stitches rather, I should say. Okay, let's give a few more stitches and then we'll see how this guy comes out. So basically I'm holding this in place here with my thumb and my forefinger. I come up under the groove and I can adjust the tension of the working loop just by pulling on the tension back here. Okay, pull it through. Let's see if you guys can see that. So I yarn over, come under the groove, grab a hold of that yarn, pull it through, adjust the tension if you need to, and pull it through like that. And then you go into the groove, under the loop that you're working, pull it through, and again. Okay, and then when you're done, all you do is you just slip your loop off of the handle, the thing, right? And then just as you normally would, slip stitch into that first stitch right there. Tighten, tighten, tighten as you would. And come through, come through. And then, if I did this correctly, this hole should get smaller. It worked! Not bad. Let's move my little stitch marker over here. This is a wonky, funky, cool little gadget. So now I just, here's my little circle, and I just pull and it tightens, and my stitches are nice and even. Well, okay, little crochet helper. I don't hate you so much, actually. this is a pretty cool little toy. Huh. Okay. Well, it's got my vote of, I mean, it's a little wonky. If you know how to do a magic circle, you're like, I can, by all means, do it. But as far as fun little gadgets go, the little Crochet Helper is pretty cool. And so it works, so you use it this side for your chains, and I was able to double crochet, and you use it this side, and here, I was like, what does that groove do? So it's for your crochet hook when you're doing the magic circle. And it comes in this handy dandy little bag. I did not pay for this. It was sent to me and said, would you try it out? And that is what I did. And you know, am I going to use it every time I make a magic circle? I don't know. Maybe. With a little bit of practice, I think this is going to be okay. All right. Yeah. I'll give it a thumbs up. I will get all the information from the manufacturer. I'll include it in the notes. If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and take a look. I think it's on Amazon. I'm sure it's available on Amazon. But it also has a QR code that you can, I noticed in the beginning of the book. Here it is. That, and I will include the website. And it also has YouTube search keywords, crochet to be, crochet helper instruction. Okay. Yay! Fun new fancy toys. All right, well, thanks for playing along. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, introducing you to my little Crochet Helper. I was skeptical. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, I don't know. But if you are new to crochet and you're really trying to work on your tension, this is a pretty cool little tool. And magic circles can be a little fiddly. It took me a little while to get used to those. But once I got the hang of this, it actually had a little pretty fast of a learning curve. All right. Well, there you go. My little Crochet Helper from me to you. If you want to see more wonky, weird, fun tutorials like this, stay tuned. Like and subscribe to this channel so you get all the notifications, because we not only do fun little wonky reviews like this, but we also do unboxings and tutorials and, of course, Project Welcome Home. So thanks so much for watching. Share us with your friends. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.